comics. My name is Mike Pickford. I'm a local artist here in Wilmington, North Carolina. I draw a comic strip for Local Sessions magazine. I've been there for about 2 years. What I want to do is I want to show you how I work from my conceptual to finished product. And this is just what I'm going to lay out for you and show you exactly how I start the process to the finished process. And then I will do a tutorial after I show you this initial creative process I use. In the beginning, I usually have an idea. Me and someone are talking, or I hear something on television, or me and my wife may be talking about something that and in this particular instance it was what would a surfer sculpt if he was to go into the yard and picture in his mind what he would want. And I thought, most surfers love being barreled, so I thought maybe a snowman in a barrel would be something that they would try and sculpt. So Bob here, missing his surfing, goes out in the yard and sculpts something for the family to see, and just to kind of show what his holiday wish is. So what happens is I lay out pencils first for my visual of what angle I pick an angle, or where I want your eye to go. Usually I put blacks to draw your eye in, so I decided in the back of the barrel here to put some blacks, and I kind of doodle it out until I get it, and lay into the scribblings a little until I kind of get an idea of what I want. Sometimes I already have it in my head, and sometimes it develops as I go. But what usually happens is I do end up with a finished cartoon. So this one was particular about the barrel. I did the layouts for it, and then what happens is I go from this to this is basically my map for my my actual drawing, which then I go to pencils, and then I go from pencils to I go to pencils on a 11 by 14. And I usually lay my comic strip out 5 by 14, and I lay this out in pencil, just like you see. This is basically the same drawing, just more detail and more solid and cleaned up. And then I go to my inks. I ink out and I find out where I want my blacks and where I want my lights, and where my light source is at, and lay in some texture, make it look like it's real or actual. And then I go to lettering, do some lettering around it, and then I'll scan it on a computer and then color it and post it on DeviantArt, which is at pigmanga.deviantart.com. And then I go from here to most times I'll go from inking it like this. I'll get such a big old rush. I'll want to run into some markers, and that is usually where I go hog wild and have the most fun. I'll print out one of these out of my computer, and then I'll color it in marker. This is usually my favorite part of the process, because by this time I've already created, I've seen how it's grown, and it's finally reached its fruition. And then after I get to this point, it's you go show all your friends and family what you've just done, and you post it on the internet for everybody to look at, and then you go on YouTube and put tutorials on it, and like you're a real cartoonist. But this is how I work, and this is a product from the beginning to end. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do a full tutorial from beginning to end on an actual piece that you will see from conception all the way up till full color finished product.